After my huge success of Galaxy SL Plus versus Maruti 800, as most of you guys actually called it, I'm back. Let's just compare this thing with Oppo F5. So as you can see, if you are going to comment any kind of garbage like Ferrari versus Maruti 800, then again Ninja H2R versus Splendor, I will literally come to your house and spank you. So just remind that before commenting anything. So as you can see, in order to make this displays, wow, that was pretty quick. That's actually the facial recognition of the Oppo F5. Form factor, you do have fingerprint scanners at the back. Again, you have a very beautiful glass body on the Galaxy S8 Plus, whereas a metal build. Again, you have a huge camera hump over there, which I don't like at all. You do have a 12 megapixel rear shooter, whereas compared to this 16 megapixel shooter, both of them don't get a dual tone LED, which is bad. Again, you do get a heart rate sensor at the back, which I never used in my whole life. 18.5 by 9 aspect ratio on the Galaxy S8 Plus, which is kind of taller than compared to this 18.9 aspect ratio. I'm not using a fingerprint scanner, it's just face detection. But then again, you do get face detection on the Galaxy S8 Plus too, but it's not that secure. You can easily trick it by showing an image of yourself, whereas over here on the Galaxy S8 we do get a iris scanning technology, which works extremely perfect. Like, there you go, it didn't even load my preview, and also the most secure technology in the world. For 20,000 rupees, I don't actually complain. Again, they both have their own operating systems. Samsung Experience version 9, yep, I'm running Android Oreo over here, whereas compared to the Color OS, which is actually running on Android 7.1.1. Well, technically, Galaxy is behind if you compare to the Android version, if you are not running any kind of weird stuff like me. On the left, we just have a ripoff of iOS, you got the control center and stuff, whereas over here you have a original OS, which actually has much better features than the shitty gestures that you get on Oppo. You have the apps edge and stuff for the curved screen. Again, Galaxy S8 looks much more immersive than just the bulky bezels of Oppo F5, but then again we are comparing 20,000 rupees to 65,000 rupees, so that's pretty good. Coming down to the camera, pretty same wide angle for both of the shooters. As you can see, you do get a far sharper image on the Oppo F5. You can actually make out the text on my camera, whereas over here it's out of focus, but if you focus you do get a better image. Again, in low light, Galaxy S8 Plus wins. You do get a front portrait mode on the Oppo F5, as you can see it's working right now, whereas over here on the Galaxy S8 Plus you do get a selective focus, which needs to be in around 50 centimeters, but it just doesn't work in most of the scenarios. Couldn't apply the focus contrast, it's just broken, to be honest. Now both of these handsets actually have 4 gigs of RAM. The Oppo F5 actually has a 1080p display, whereas compared to this massive almost 3K display, 2 gigs of RAM available over here, whereas just 800 MB. If you do a performance test, Oreo versus Nougat, 1 2 3. Wow, again messages 1 2 3. Both were pretty same. Let's just do with some another apps. Settings 1 2 3. Wow, Oppo F5 was again faster. But then again, in terms of raw performance, Galaxy S8 will just smash in any kind of competition. You do get some options in terms of navigation. So let's just go. You get navigation bar, navigation keys. Can actually set up different colors for the navigation bar, which is kind of cool. For example, this is for the golden one. This is for the blue that I own. Then again, this is for the rose gold. You can actually swap the keys from recent apps panel to the back. Again, you can do same over here on the left. But you do get navigation gestures on the Oppo F5, which are straight just ripped off from V7 Plus, and you can also do similar thing over here by typing this dot over here twice. On the Galaxy S8 you have to actually just bring up the navigation bar, whereas over here you actually have gestures, such as for example if you want to go back, swipe up from the right. If you want to go home, then you can swipe up from the middle. Again, if you want the control panel, you can swipe up from the left. Galaxy S8 actually has a 3D touch button, so you can actually just 3D touch it. It can just throw you back to home. But then again, if you want recent apps panel and stuff, you actually have to bring up the navigation bar. But then again, if you want to access recent apps panel on Oppo F5, you have to actually do a iPhone X like gesture. For example, you have to actually swipe up from the home and hold for 1 second, and there you go. That's how you get into the recent apps panel. And that's pretty much it for this small little comparison between these phones. And if you want to hate this video, I seriously don't know what's wrong with you. I'm just doing this for fun, and see you in the next one. Peace.